Welcome back to the channel, folks. I'm your host, Fog. Thank you for joining another episode here on Battle Gamers. And today, we've got a new release for the Infinity Game Table. That's right. After a month's hiatus, they came back last week with Speedy Services, or Speedy Service. And this week, we finally get the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit, which is available now, as it says. And that just launched today. So let's take a look at it. We will kind of go through quickly. This is a shorter video. There's only one release, so we'll take a look at the game. Basically, you're getting the exact same thing as your normal Trivial Pursuit, right? There's nothing really fancy here, and I guess that's my one gripe with this game. Although, you know, it's not a complaint in a way that it's not like Trivial Pursuit. It's exactly like Trivial Pursuit. There is an update for the Trivial Pursuit game that came out as well. There wasn't much that I noticed that there was a change. But it's the exact same thing as what the regular Trivial Pursuit is, which is the same thing as a board game Trivial Pursuit. You sit there and you have your little pie pieces, and when you start into it, you get to choose which colors you want. So I'll be orange and green just so the table stays this way. You hit start and you basically get the board, and it's kind of the same layout as you would expect from the regular Trivial Pursuit, except there's questions around Harry Potter. There's some theming here, right? Your blue questions are going to be about Hogwarts. Your purple questions are going to be about the dark arts. Your green questions are going to be animals and magical creatures. Then you're going to have your potions that are kind of the red magic spells potions. Then magical people are yellow, and your questions that are in orange are magical objects. So that's kind of the way it is. And then you can see some theming, like the sorting hat, is around there, and you get to pick whatever question you want and so forth. And there's a couple little items that are here, like the chocolate frog and the jelly beans and everything. But, overall, it would have been nice to see them do a little bit more. And I know this is kind of maybe, we'll say pie in the sky thinking, but it really doesn't seem like a lot. There's, if we go up to settings, we can take a look at what features there are. It's pretty standard. I mean, yes, there's some quick game stuff. There's some house rules, roll again, very specific things here that you can turn on and off. There's your, to get back to your main menu on the game, how to play, game controls, and to go back to the dashboard, and then you have your sound effects and music. There's no vibration again, but in something like this where it's a themed game, they could have done that. And in my mind, I'm thinking, they have some nice music, but wouldn't it have been interesting to have like background noise that you could toggle on and off? Like, say you're playing on the Hogwarts Express or whatever it is, the train that takes you to Hogwarts, and you could hear the tracks moving and people just talking in the background very low that you could turn on and off. And when the train's rumbling on the track, like the vibration would move on here. Or like I forget the pub, whatever they want to call it, where they drank the butter beer. And, it could have like people in the background, and you could hear like movement and things like that, of like an environment that is actually alive and has sounds that you could toggle on and off. And you could have footsteps, the pounding of Hagrid's footsteps could make the table vibrate as he's walking to the bar to get another beer or whatever. That kind of stuff I think would have been really cool, especially for adding an additional price point to this. It's not bad though. $9.99. I think I said $4.99, but that was by accident. $9.99 is what the actual table is, or what the game is for the table. And it gives you a lot of, questions and all of that, and look, but they could have went a little bit extra. Now, that might be asking too much. I'm not sure. But in general, just playing, you tap the dice. You can move the dice around. It'll roll. You can see that. This is just the same as it was on regular Trivial Pursuit. Gives you your rolls. You get to choose how many spaces. I'm just going to go to the center so we can get the sorting hat so we can choose. When you hit that, it gives you all the different options for questions. I'm not a huge study on Harry Potter, but I know a little bit. My son would probably do much better at this. Gives you the questions, who discovered. So this would be green's turn. Blue is reading it. So who discovered Harry after he had been attacked by Draco Malfoy and the Hogwarts Express. Again, I'm not 100% clear on that, but the person would answer and they would flip it over and they'd go, oh, it was Luna Lovegood. And did they get it right? Yes or no? If they got it right, then they get to go again, right? And we can just roll that again, gives us some spots, go in any direction we want. So just like the regular Trivial Pursuit, you know, you could kind of make the decisions on what questions you might know best. After Dumbledore's death, who writes an unofficial biography on him? I had no idea, but we'll say I knew. You know, yes, you got that correct. You get to go again. Now, there are some interesting things you can do with the dice. You can just let it roll in the center. The next time we'll tap it, and I've seen it like fly straight up in the air. I don't know if that's very specific. Here we're going to be able to get a piece if we get this right, which I almost guarantee you we will. The ghost of which of Harry's loved ones appears when he uses the resurrection stone. So, I don't know, his dad. Oh, his parents. Okay, so I was kind of close. Sirius Black and Lupin. So, yes, will give me credit for that. And yay, I got a part of the pie. It's filled in. Now it's orange turn, right? And like I said, if you tap on the dice, you can get it to fly straight up in the air. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just random that it does it, but it does it every time. And then the game continues on. But yeah, that's the Trivial Pursuit Harry Potter edition here. Not a lot of like things outside of the question and a little bit of theming. Again, I think they could have went a little bit beyond that, added some stuff in, you know, used some of the table vibration for some different things. But, you know, that might have not have been something that was in the design doc for it, and they just wanted to stay very close to Trivial Pursuit. I'm not sure how much Hasbro protects that type of thing, or how much, obviously, J.K. Rowling or whoever owns the Harry Potter world now. I don't know if she continues to own it or whatever, but I mean, like in general, it could be the company that she has that handles it. You know, how much control they would have, and if they thought about these things. But that would have been nice to have environmental features, because the table's here and it could have, you know, given people a little bit more for their money. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, let's just say this, you're going to enjoy the questions. You know, the $9.99 is not going to stop you, because you get the full game and you get the questions. So people would have been, you know, more than happy probably at $9.99 to get that. Obviously, there's the other Trivial Pursuit game that comes with the table, so that's a nice benefit. You get to have that as well. So, you know, lots of questions, lots of Trivial Pursuit. There's some really cool trivia games on the table. This is just, you know, an additional themed version that you can play. So I think that's about it. Not much more to cover on the game. It's available now. You can grab it, and just wanted to give you a quick look here. We appreciate everybody for stopping in, checking out these videos. You know, obviously, as I always say at the end of them, this is more for people that are interested in the table or have the table and aren't sure if they want to buy the games. It can be for anybody, right? If you find value in this, please share it out. Help the channel share these videos out, because, you know, we do purchase it out of our pockets, and we just want people to kind of see what the games are before they go and purchase it out of theirs. Number one, because there's not a real clear refund statement from Arcade 1-Up on the Infinity Game Table games. I have no idea if you can return them or refund them or anything, but at least you get a chance to see this, and the more people get a chance to see it, the better their decisions are going to be. Also, if you haven't already, give the video a like. You know, obviously that helps get it out there. And definitely throw in the comments who or what in Harry Potter is your favorite character or item or anything like that. What do you remember most about Harry Potter? For me, I'll tell you, from my Harry Potter, it's like the first one, because that's when my son was the youngest and we watched it a couple times. And I just remember that Harry lived under the, you know, Harry had the nasty old aunt and uncle, and he lived under the stairs. And that was my main takeaway from Harry Potter. You know, he had a crappy life and he moved to a castle that was full of magic, and his mind was just blown. Most people would flip out if that happened to them, I'm sure, but he took it in stride. So yeah, that was my biggest thing, was like his early beginnings of like he had nothing, parents died and all that. But I'm sure there's special moments or interesting things for everybody. So leave those in the comments. Love to hear that. And also, you know, any feedback on what you think they could have done better for this table, right? I think those environmental things would have been something nice. It wouldn't have taken away from the game. You could turn it on and off or toggle it, but it would have been something neat to have in there to add value to the extra fee you're paying. Plus, you know, give you that kind of that bigger that sense of like you're being brought into the Harry Potter world. So I don't know. That was mine. Also, if you haven't already, give us a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. We'd love to have you come back, check out more content here. We do this weekly when they put out games, and we'd love to have you come back and check these out. Plus, check out all the home arcade stuff, you know, the At Games things, the II Arcade stuff we're putting up, the At Games Legends Pinball, all the modern games that we're reviewing on the actual home arcades that play well from Steam. Love talking about all that, so come back, check it out. We appreciate it. Thanks again, folks. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.